Hi, welcome back to my channel. Zelina here, and after reviewing yesterday's video and watching it again, I decided I'm going to kind of create a video for in between. So I'm not going to talk about my goals. I'm just going to kind of explain kind of my method for goals for this year to see if this makes sense, and maybe this will help you set your goals for the next year or for whatever time frame you want. Okay, so I don't like starting on a negative note, or I don't want to do that going forward. I would rather start with something inspiring. So I guess given that, what I'm aspiring to do this year is I want to move towards goals that are bigger than what I can achieve, and to really kind of really apply those, not the law of attraction, more the power of intention. So on the negative side, the thing I want to move away from is SMART goals. I've been doing SMART goals since probably the early 2000s. It was part of kind of corporate initiatives at JCPenney to do SMART goals, and to, every couple of years we'd have a new HR person that kind of applied a new way of goals. And the one thing that stayed consistent for a long time was SMART goals. And SMART goals, the premise is to start with, to have realistic goals, to have goals that are specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound, which makes sense for the corporate environment. You want to be able to set goals for people that apply to the work that they're doing, so that you can measure their performance, to give them positive feedback and reward them when they do really well. For JCPenney, they used to have, it was like 4 or 5 levels. So in school, I was always an A student, upper 90s, hundreds. But in corporate America, they would have meets expectations, exceeds expectations, and far exceeds expectations. So a 5, in my mind, should have been an A, the equivalent of an A. I do A work. Everything. I care deeply about the work I do. I'm an A student. So what they translated it to for IT at the time was an A student reached meet expectations. So you had to go above and beyond. So you would have had to been doing like bonus projects and crazy stuff to get an exceeds. And the far exceeds was considered walk on water. You had to have saved the day from catastrophe. You had to have performed some sort of miracle in the eyes of executives to get that rating. And kind of the funny thing is, there was one year I got that rating, and my manager, it wasn't that I didn't deserve it, but part of his reason for doing that is when he compared me to the market and to my peers in the company, I was making far less. And it's because I always accepted the meets expectation rating, and I didn't know how to defend or upsell my accomplishments, which was kind of funny. It was like this year that I'm finally getting the far exceeds that I dreamed of. Did I really learn how to see my value? And his thing with giving me that rating was so that he could give me like the maximum pay raise and bonus. And it kind of ironically, that was the first time I ever bonused at JCPenney. I had always, they kept squishing down the levels, so I kept missing promotions. So I could never get to that level that actually bonused until probably just a few years before I left. I mean, like a couple of years before I left. I think I only got maybe 2 bonuses at JCPenney. And, some people might look at that and think, well, you didn't deserve them. You weren't good enough. And I did a lot of really good work, a lot of things that were, you know, would qualify as magic. There was one report I made that was, they used to do in spreadsheets, and I made it all web-based. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And the business and our business partners at the time were of the mindset that if we keep knocking you, we can either save money or get more things by complaining. And truthfully, it worked for them. They got all kinds of stuff that for free or worked in or different things because they complained. But that's neither here nor there. I totally went on a tangent that I didn't mean to go down. But my goals going forward, I want it to be more of a vision, how I want my life to look, how I want to feel. I want it to be a vibe. Some of the people I follow on YouTube and influencers are people that I feel happy or I feel good when I watch them, because they're, you know, some people look like they're so blessed and, you know, only good things happen to them. And, you know, some people look like they're killing it, that they're just succeeding left and right. And, you know, I try to pick people that I feel are realistic, that I can relate to, that we have something in common. So I'm trying to figure out how to show up here to share my journey in hopes that it helps you. And eventually I'd like to, you know, build a community where we can come together. And I don't know if the microphone's picking up I have a Yorkie and she's running around, so my husband's trying to be quiet and let her out. And I love my house, but we have like this open floor plan downstairs, so I don't have anywhere to like record to kind of keep noise down, so sorry. Anyway, so my goal is to show up, be a positive influence, and share good and fun things. So kind of I'm trying to go off the power of attention. Some people call it law of attraction. Some people refer to it law of vibration. You can call it whatever you want. But basically, it's more than just having a positive attitude. It's like believing in positive and good things are on the way. And to set your goals in such a way that you're seeing them as existing now versus being far away where you can't reach them, where they're unattainable. So kind of the format I'm following, I've heard it called ABC goals and MTO goals. So I looked up MTO just because the explanation was short and sweet. And M stands for minimum. So these are goals that are kind of, to me, I see them more as tasks, but they're things that are easy to attain because you have the knowledge and the resources to achieve it. Then you have your target goals, which is what used to be called stretch goals when I was in the corporate world. And these are things that are slightly out of your reach, that you can learn something new to attain it. You can do something, you can either work harder, do more, but it's a stretch. It's out of your comfort zone. And then there's O. O stands for outrageous. And this is kind of the leap of faith. This is you don't know how to achieve it. It might seem unrealistic, but it's like your heart's desire. So, I'm not 100% sure. I have my goals kind of outlined and written out and ready to share. But there's like 2 goals that I wasn't going to share because they're the outrageous goals. And since I'm sharing, I might share them after all. We'll see. To be honest, I'm very scared to share them. Because if I don't obtain them, or if it takes so long to obtain them, I don't want to look like a fraud or a loser. So I don't know. I'll think about it. Or I might share them later in the year when I'm feeling more confident with the the goals that are more attainable or easier to obtain or more realistic. But so that's my explanation behind how I'm attacking goal setting this year. I hope you find this helpful and informational or educational. And if you like this video, please, I have like 6 followers, please share it. Please like and subscribe. But I've set definitely for the month of January, from now until the month of end of January, I'm going to post every weekday that my kids aren't in school or are in school. I won't post when they're home because things are crazy. But thanks for watching till now, and I'll see you next time.